Haiti, 12th of January 2010, 4:53 p.m. A level 7 earthquake in the Richter scale strikes Port-au-Prince and its region. In less than 3 minutes, several villages are wiped off the map. In the capital, even the presidential palace is in a state of collapse. International help is organized fast. Material is sent to the island, which lacks practically everything. It's now time to assess the damage. 230,000 dead and more than 1 million homeless. In every street, we witness the same scenes of chaos.
My memories are all jumbled together. I see images of people running, people huddling together, personal space forgotten, images of hundreds of children crying, lots of children. That's what I believe is in most people's minds before leaving.
We still have the earthquake somewhere deep in our minds. This tragic situation which shattered the country. That day will be kept in our memories in a very painful way.
Since 1999, the Sports Without Borders Association has intervened in regions weakened by tragedy. Burundi, Afghanistan, and even Kosovo. For their mission in Haiti, 2 sportsmen have decided to participate. Mathieu Blin, 33 years old, an old hooker from Stade Francais, and Robits Chalewachou, 28, also a rugby man in Perpignan.
We have come to Haiti to share the importance of working together. Rugby is a combat sport, a contact sport, and they really are in a true combat. The battle to survive, to live with dignity.
One doesn't learn to play rugby in 3 or 4 days. But we are trying above all to stimulate in them the passion that can be sparked off of the sight of an oval ball and try to share with them the values of rugby, which are friendship, sharing, humility and hope.
I think this is a sport where one shares the most. One can't live without the other. One can't exist without the others. So teamwork is the key for one to be a professional and to win. So if you learn to win a match, you learn to win in life. To win in these moments can restore energy and hope.
Like I said before, we're going into the unknown. We know where we're going, but we're not sure what we're going to find, what is going to happen.
We're going to one of the poorest countries in the world, which has very recently been ravaged by a dramatic natural disaster. There's over 230,000 dead. In Port-au-Prince, I've been informed there's 1 million people out of a population of 2.5 million that are homeless. Therefore, I will try to concentrate on rugby and, above all, to be at the service of the people that I meet. Evidently, I'm at the service of the Sports Without Borders Association and at the service of all the people that want to have us. I will try not to enter too much into reflection or dig around in the wound. I have a certain human apprehension, we could say. I can't wait to meet the men and women of this country.
Sport Without Borders seek to help overcome trauma and rebuild through sport. The first objective for our 2 sportsmen is to train people from the centres of the Ministry of Sport in a discipline unknown there, rugby. Rugby and its values, such as working together and respecting the rules, these are indispensable bearings for kids that often live on their own or who are unscholarized. During 1 week, the 2 rugbymen will visit the refugee camps of the region of Port-au-Prince to find future organizers.
Okay, here we go. That's it. Come forward. Forward. Great. Come on.
It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game that can be especially helpful to provide an activity for the kids.
It's cool. Rugby is cool. I had never played rugby before. It's the first time. But I have seen it on TV, and to play it for real is even cooler. I think I'm interested in learning it and teaching it to others. You can clap a bit if you want. The guy weighs 130 kilograms, you know. I've tackled him using my right shoulder. You need to tackle me, and before I fall over, you pass it over, and so on.
Good.
You grabbed my legs and tackled me.
Take care of everything I guarantee.
You have understood the importance of the collective, which is like a column that holds the whole structure, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 solid columns. You can't move them. Thanks to them, we can get a hold of the ball and we can score a try. We're 1 meter away, and with the word "go" from the referee, we can go for it. Boom, very hard. Sometimes you clash head to head.
Gently. Stop. Very good.
The boys and girls don't know about rugby. They don't know what an oval ball is, and it always brings a smile and 2 hours of devoted attention.
Their urge to participate is really impressive.
They set off to train animators from sports centres, youths of ages between 17 and 25 years old that live in the refugee camps. The first visit is at the Ranch, a sports centre on the outskirts of Port-au-Prince. The Ministry of Youth and the Haitian Federation of Football are based there.
To start with, we'll get to know each other with some exercises and a couple of games. We'll start by playing catch, everything in good spirit, and with the will to have a good time. Pass it. Move forward now. Here it comes. The truth is, I'm touched by the action of these two champions. I can say that thank God, because a lot of kids would love to have this opportunity, but unfortunately they won't have it. And my fellow teammates, we have it. I think it's a beautiful gesture, and I appreciate it a lot.
People's differences are the richness of the game. Differences don't necessarily mean opposition. Difference doesn't mean we have to fight against each other. The difference means that each one can bring what they have and that the other doesn't. And when everyone is bringing their best qualities and complementing each other, we all become even stronger. And rugby teams are always strong when everyone loves each other. It doesn't mean you have to love everyone the same, but in order to win, to do important things, you need to love each other. And when they told us that we could come and meet you kids, you wouldn't believe the honor it was for us to meet you after all that you've lived through. And you're working so much and working so hard, we were compelled to come and spend some time with you.
This urge you have to go on and fight, and I think Mathieu thinks the same here, is really admirable. Life consists of joy and sadness. Yeah, you say it right there. You summed everything up in a sentence. Life is just that.
So, are you going to continue teaching and keep up the fight? Are you up for it?
I'm very motivated. Of course, there isn't any other choice anymore. We always say that Haiti is like a reed. It can be bent but never broken.
Out of the state of real disgrace, a land where we can finally feel safe. We will soon call.
Second day at Basile Moreau School in Carrefour in the Port-au-Prince suburbs. It didn't resist the earthquake, but interrupting lessons was out of the question. Therefore, thanks to the help of UNICEF and a lot of goodwill, the 500 students can study once more. The school has answered to the call of Sport Without Borders, and in the following weeks the teachers will be trained in different sports. Today's program is a small session of improvised rugby, a discovery for the kids that had never touched an oval-shaped ball.
Do you know what rugby is? It's a collective sport, but it's a combat sport and a contact sport. That means you have to touch each other. It's collective, and it's great because on the field we're 15 against 15. There are 7 reserves. Then it's 22 against 22. It's a mixed group system because we need to have big players, small players, fat players, and fast players. In fact, we have to have all kinds of players involved. And in fact, one can come to realize that a trick to manage a team correctly is to balance these different players. There are some that like to be captain, and others that don't. There's some that like to think about technique, and some who put the technique into effect. And in rugby, the most important thing is that you can't pass the ball forward. And to score a try, do you know how it's done? One takes the ball and passes it through the goalpost. One crosses the line and touches down after the line. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
There's girls and boys all up for it. It's wonderful. It's amazing.
Whether on grass or concrete, the surface doesn't matter. Mathieu and Robbins discover the same zeal and the same energy in every session in the eyes of the kids of Haiti. A breath of fresh air for these kids, but also for our 2 sportsmen, dazzled by their will to learn and transmit.
Go on! That's it! Bravo!
Oh, is someone going to score or what? At least 1 point. One of the missions of Sport Without Borders in Haiti was to meet with the ministry and see where we could intervene apart from training young organizers in refugee camps. So we're here today to bring awareness on the reality of the schools, which is the main place where kids are educated. Here we can also teach the values that can be stimulated through sport, especially through rugby. It will be interesting to see the conditions of the schools in Haiti.
At the same time, I want to talk about respect. You have to respect the referee always. There won't be a try for the red team or for the green team because there was a foul.
Pass it again.
Dropped.
The ball was?
Left.
The ball was what? Eh? Dropped. Well, both. The red team and the green team have had difficulty starting out. They've both been trying to up their game, so I'm going to call this a very fine tie game. Clap your hands, everyone.
I don't think any of these boys or girls had ever seen an oval ball, let alone touch it. Some of them didn't even know what rugby was, and they've all found it great fun.
What are we going to do today?
Rugby!
Rugby! So have you understood the rules?
Yeah!
What shape is the ball?
Oval-shaped.
The ball is oval-shaped. That's the difference with football and with basketball and with volleyball. Come on, let's go! Let's go! We're going to try and make a big wave together, and we're going to stop just in front of the goalpost. Come on!
Je suis français, mais j'ai des
I'm French, but I have African heritage.
d'origine et je me suis vu un peu
I was born in Cameroon and I saw myself in them at that age. I realize how lucky and privileged I am. Seeing and listening to so much hope at this age, it's a bit hard, actually.
De cet âge-là, ouais. Ouais, c'était un peu dur à faire.
The strength they have in themselves is really moving. They speak only of joy and hope for the future, of building together in friendship and love. Right now, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. That's what I feel. Simple as that.
Today is an intense day for Mathieu and Robins. It's time to meet Gerson Ede in Carrefour. In the 80s, its sports centre was the biggest in the Caribbean. Today, the gym and the football camp are home to 2,200 refugees.
We have brought in the organisers from the surrounding camps. There are 5 camps, and that's almost 30 organisers.
The ground of the football field is in a bad state. It isn't like a stadium in France, but it's the stadium of Carrefour.
How many people are there here? Around 2,000 people?
There's around 542 families.
Sorry? 3,000 people.
Yeah. Inside each tent, there are 3 or 4 families. Let's have a look. It's truly sad, and it's hot. Right now, we're in the middle of the rainy season. But we'll continue to pray that your help keeps coming. Because we're all Christian. We pray a lot. We have a church here. I've talked to you about how girls and boys can play sport together. You can bring everybody together. The girls and boys can play rugby all together.
Third day, the Accra camp, an industrial area where kids used to play football before the earthquake. Today, there are 30,000 refugees here. The conditions are rudimentary, even after the NGOs have installed water fountains and toilets.
Today we have a double priority. That is, at the same time, we have to have a good time with the kids, but also encourage the educators to take control of the workshops a bit. That's why Mathieu has decided to take 2 or 3 of them aside and see who's willing to take the initiative. You take 2 and I'll take 2, and then we switch around. So that way they can see a bit of everything we do.
That's a great idea.
The jackpot would be that by the time we've left, they could learn the 4 or 5 basic exercises we teach them, and then be able to show them themselves. Then we will achieve something, I think.
You take those 2.
Okay.
Over here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go.
After the 12th of January earthquake, the population of Delma 30 and Delma 32 have come here to take cover. These people have been living in tents for over a year and a half, always under tents. And they can be removed from the camp any time. They have the most difficult conditions. But even with these conditions, they are still here, and they're hopeful and hardworking, and make the most of what they've got.
That's my little brother who's preparing the food.
We were completely buried in the rubble. I was trapped for 2 days, and our house was destroyed.
That's completely terrifying. It's completely dreadful. There's a complete state of chaos. There's a complete lack of everything. But people are fighting to go on. They move on. And they look to share moments together. The people want to be near each other, to be able to smile, to have a laugh, to tease each other, and evidently to confront themselves. We have been surrounded by people that all they wanted was to learn, to discover, and to communicate. Life goes on for real.
Using sport as an educational and strengthening tool for this vulnerable population allows for a chance to target other objectives like hygiene and health. In each session, Mathieu and Robbins encourage the organizers to take their time to remind the children of simple gestures, such as washing their hands or picking up the trash. Before they leave, there's still time to discover Bristou, a shanty town inhabited by 20,000 people.
They're so great.
Our idea is that through this brief initiation by professional rugby players, these sports animators will be able to reproduce what they have learnt and organize rugby activities for children. I think it's a great achievement to have these youths working side by side with the professionals, as there is a real transmission of knowledge that will be perpetuated through time throughout the country. So it's a beautiful thing. We line them up 2 on 2, like this morning, in 2 columns. We're going to start passing it to the side.
This is the ball that we're using.
When you take the ball, you're going to put it in the middle. You run from the other side, and whoever's on the other side takes the ball and runs to bring it back to you. Do you understand? Ball, okay? That's it. Go.
Rugby! Rugby! Mathieu, Robbins, Jaisa, Joki Carlos, Joki Wana, Manushka, Gatfiki Missi, Kiva Kondase, Darlene Poste, Lavgat, Luti, Vin Fukutave, Bagi Voix, Bagi Voix.
Good ending, right? A beautiful farewell dance, and it's time to leave. I think it's too soon to talk about so many emotions. I don't think I'll be able to sleep on the plane. We're going to talk about it.
Being there with them was great.
It went well.
Mission accomplished for Mathieu and Robbins. Returning to Paris, the emotions fill their heads. Thanks to both sportsmen, rugby is now installed in Haiti. Sport Without Borders can continue to train other educators and spread the love of sports throughout the world, leaving smiles on children's faces as they have left in Haiti.
Is still around. Politics, bitches, and lies have never stopped the decline of nation. They're supposed to carry each time they'll walk away. For any time they used to play. Guiltiness in our mind. That is the price to pay for a few their parts of shame.